Willie D Live.
What's up, family? All right, I need your help. We got social media split straight down the middle on this little youngster after he knocked on a neighbor's door and asked for food after smelling food on the grill. Yeah, he just walked right up to their door and asked them did they have some food. You know, he wanted to eat. He wanted a plate. What y'all think about that, fam? Check out the video, leave your comments, and I'll come back with mine.
I ain't trying to be rude though, but you still grilling?
Nah, we done now.
Oh, y'all just finished today?
Yeah.
Y'all have some leftovers?
Nah, we ain't yet.
Oh, it's almost done.
What you need, man?
I'm trying to get some food. I saw y'all grill up. I was like, y'all grilling?
Do you live up the street?
Yeah.
Okay, well, next time we grill, I'll make sure to get something extra for you, okay?
Okay.
Okay, what's your name?
Jacquez.
Jacquez. I'm Miss Ariel.
Ari. My sister's name is Ari.
Jacquez, do you like, it's not grilling, but do you like Cheeto Puffs?
Yeah.
You like Cheetos? Okay.
Okay.
Here you go, bud.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good day, okay?
I got you next time, man.
Okay.
I got you next time, man.
Be safe, Jacquez.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
All right, fam, what do y'all think about that? What do y'all think? Was the family right to not give him food? Or were they wrong? Give me a thumbs up if you think they did the right thing. Thumbs down if you say, nah, man, they should have gave the kid a plate. Let me know. My thoughts. Okay. First of all, family, you always want to do right by the kids, you know. You want, like Trick Daddy say, Trick love the kids, we'll love the kids, you know. So you always want to do right by the kids. At the same time, this ain't the old days. This is not the good old days where a village actually raised a child. These are not those days. Most neighbors don't even know their neighbors. People live on the same street. Sometimes they live right next door to people for years and don't know their name. And they damn sure don't know the name of their children. So there's a lot more trepidation in regards to meeting the parents of these kids when you think that something needs to be addressed. Now, off rip, it sounds like the noble thing to do, get a kid a plate. You know, you just ask him for food, give him a plate. So what? Now, they did give him a bag of Donald Trump's, Cheetos, But he wanted a plate. Obviously, a food is more nutritious, well, depending on what kind of food you're cooking, but it's got to be better than some damn Cheetos, right? At the same time, the Cheetos is packaged, it's sealed. You give him the Cheetos, he most likely won't get sick, right? But you can have something on that plate that kid might be allergic to. And if you give it to him and that kid gets sick, guess what's going to happen in most cases? The parents are going to sue you. You might be criminally charged. Yeah, it could happen. So I think the parents were that family was trying to err on the side of caution. I think if I was in that position, the first thing I would have done was laughed. I would have laughed at the audacity. And when that little youngster said, here's the difference if you just come and say, hey, do y'all have any food? I'm not laughing at that. But the way he said it, hey, I'm trying to get some food. You know what I mean? Hey, I'm just trying to, I smell cooking. I'm trying to get some food. I'm like, I would have been like, man, what is your name? That sounds like a little youngster that I would take under my wings. Like, he sounds extremely charismatic. and very sharp, right? And you know how it go, fam. We say it all the time. A closed mouth can't get fed. So Buddy was hungry, he opened his mouth. Now here's the thing. I'm not sure, but I don't think the kid was hungry. Did you see the houses across the street? It looks like a pretty nice neighborhood, right? And I know sometimes kids go hungry even in nice homes and stuff, but if I was to take a wild guess, I don't think this kid was necessarily, he may have been hungry, but he wasn't starving. And I think this is just one of those kids that just ain't got no problem asking for whatever he wants. He smelled that grill, he smelled that food on that grill, and he wanted some. If you look at him, you know, he ain't no little kid. He's a little kid, but he ain't no little kid. You dig what I'm saying? So I don't think the youngster really missing any meals. It could be a situation where as he was just hungry, you know what I mean? And, you know, maybe he didn't want what was available in his house, you know? Maybe the food was scarce or whatever. I don't know. There were people who were saying, I would have fed him. I would have gave him some. Even if I had been done grilling and I only had enough for us, I would have just gave him mine and then I would have just starved. I would have gone hungry. Or there were people that were saying, I would have just opened the grill up and started grilling something else. And yeah, and there's a chance that you could have cooked something and that boy would have gotten sick and his parents would have sued you, or you would have been criminally charged. These type of things do happen from time to time. While rare, it does happen. So what I would have first done was talk to the kid and try to get an understanding to see, you know, is he being neglected first and foremost? You know, I want to know that, you know, is he being abused? You know, what's going on? I want to talk, what's going on, little man? What's happening? Where your mama? Where your daddy? You know, your little sister in the house, you say you got a sister? Where's she? She in the house by herself? What's going on? Trying to get an understanding. And so after I spoke with him, I would have absolutely had to speak with his parents. Now, I'm not going over there to say, hey, he came on my house, I'm going to do for some food, da, da, da. I'm just saying, hey, you know, but I got to go and ask. I got to go and talk to the parents. I got to, if, you know, look, I don't want to get him in trouble. I do not want to get him in trouble. But, you know, would it be okay if I, you know, shared some grilled barbecue with him, or whatever it is I got? Would it be okay if I gave him some, you know? Maybe they would have gotten upset. Maybe they wouldn't have. But it would have been important to get an understanding. See, I need to get an understanding. I need to find out what's going on with this kid. So I'm the type of dude, I'm the type of parent that would approach another parent and ask them what's up with their child, you know, because it could be a much more serious situation going on, right? Or it could just be this kid is knocking on people's doors. You know, I mean, my door may not be the only door he knocked on when he smelled barbecue. You know, people grill all the time. So every time, what if he just smells some food? People cooking, other people cooking. He just going on people's doors, knocking on the door. That's not wise. And so he might get in trouble, but that might be good for him to get in trouble. That's what they call good trouble, like John Lewis used to say. That would be called good trouble, right? Because it's so much going on. You knock on the wrong door. You may not walk away from that house. You walk on, it's so many lunatics, even in nice neighborhoods. In fact, that's why most of them hide in nice neighborhoods, because they go undetected. It's easy for them to just blend in, you know, like, and present themselves to be like the next door neighbor, you know, like regular people. It's easy to blend in. So you got to be careful out there, family. You got to be extremely careful. So yeah, I'm gonna talk to him first, and then I'm going to talk to his parents. I may not talk to his parents right then and there at that moment, but, you know, I'm going to find an opening to have a conversation with the parents. I'm the type of dude, I just be looking out the window, just waiting for my chance, catch them coming outside. I'm walking, and I walk through and just like, hey, you know, and try to see what's up with them, just to check their temperature, whatever, right? Because I do believe in protecting kids. You know, I'm not the one that's their business. Nah, man. Because here's the thing. If you got a kid out here that's being harmed, that abused kid becomes tomorrow's abusive adult. That abused kid becomes tomorrow's school shooter. That abused kid becomes tomorrow's Chud the Builder. That abused kid becomes the person that pulls out a gun and just randomly shoots up the place, you know, indiscriminately just killing people. You know, that abused kid becomes an abusive father, husband, wife, daughter. You see what I'm saying? So eventually, that abused kid is going to be a liability on the public. So that's why we got to look out for each other. Even if you're the most selfish person in the world, you got to look out for your neighbors, you know? You got to look out for each other. You got to look out for your neighbor's children. Because, you know, just like people commit bad acts and bad acts can be contagious, good deeds can be contagious also. But what say you, fam? Drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. No more talk.